everybody, it's JimJ 1911. I am here at Passaw Park in Barry, Illinois, and it is a very busy day. The weather is gorgeous, it's about 80 degrees, and I can hear people on the other surrounding ranges in the park shooting today. Fortunately, we do have this range, this pistol range, to ourselves, which is cool because I want to spend some time with our new gun. So we just picked up this CZ from the custom shop. It is the A01LD. Now, this thing is massively heavy and I am so excited to shoot it. It's got a steel frame, a steel bull barrel. You can see that it's got this very extended beaver tail, so it's very comfortable already in my hand, even just picking it up. I can't wait to shoot this and see how it sounds on the steel and give you my thoughts. So we're gonna run some rounds through it and see how it does. All right, so let's get our first shots. Well, I couldn't ask for better for the first 5 shots. So we have knocked down all 5 targets. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna move over to the next set of targets and see what happens. A couple of those were a little stubborn. They didn't want to go over, but we did get all 5 of them. There's nothing that beats the sound of hitting that steel. Man, love it. Love this gun. All right, we're going to move over to 5 more targets. Let's try that again. There we go. Sometimes these targets don't want to fall over. They are a little, some of them are a little bent, a little crooked, and first shot doesn't want to hit them, so that's all right. Or knock them over anyway, even if you do hit. Sometimes you hear it hit, and you're like, why is it still standing? So it's all right. It's all good. And that's how you get her done. 5 shots, 5 targets. Thank you, CZ. There we go. Sometimes it takes those targets a little bit longer to fall down. They haven't been calibrated, and we keep saying we're going to bring a crescent wrench out here, and we always forget. So somebody needs to send JimJ a reminder, hey, put a crescent wrench in your range bag. All right, we are back from Passoff Park in Barry, Illinois, and oh my gosh, this gun is, well, it's incredible. And it is really easy to see why. Show you that it's empty here. It's really easy to see why people become CZ fanboys and fangirls because, you know, we shot the Shadow 2 and it was incredible. And we went into Eagle Armory to buy a Shadow 2 and they had one. And we saw this and we picked it up and we looked at it. We looked at it some more and we thought, you know what? The Shadow 2 can wait. You can find Shadow 2s a little more easily than this. So this is the CZ Custom A01LD. Okay, it is chambered in 9mm. And the custom shop, the CZ Custom Shop, is in Mesa, Arizona. So this was made in Mesa. It has a suggested MSRP on it of between, depending on where I looked, it was between $2,200 and $2,700. So the magazine capacity on this is 19+1. The frame and the barrel are both steel and it's a bull barrel, so it is super heavy. It has a single action and double action trigger. We actually did a 5-pull measure on the trigger weight, and we came up with a 2-pound 12-ounce trigger pull for single action trigger. It has the fiber optic front sight, and this one is red. I don't know. I'm always partial to green. Maybe someday it'll get changed out for green, but it worked really well. We could see this really well out in the daylight while we were shooting steel out in the sun. It was great. And the back sight is a low mount rear sight. So it really, and it's kind of cool because it's got the serrations on the back side, so there's no glare. But it made the sights really, really visible. And, you know, my husband jokes that he's getting older and his eyesight isn't what it used to be. And don't tell anybody, but I'm kind of feeling the same way. And shooting this, I didn't have any issue with my sights. So kudos to CZ on just these sights alone. So the barrel length on this CZ A01LD is 4.925 inches and it weighs in at a hefty 51.2 ounces. So it is heavy, but with good reason. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So the overall length of this is 8.6 inches. And it also has an ambi manual safety. So you can see here, I'm clicking it up and down on the left side with my left thumb, and you can see that it's moving on the right side. So let's talk a little bit more about this frame. This frame is steel, okay? And it is a hammer forged frame. First they hammer forge it, and then it's CNC machined, and then it's blued. So it is just an absolutely beautiful firearm. It is gorgeous. The finish on it is beautiful. It's got this extended or full length heavy dust cover. And the reason that they do this is because it actually helps put weight on the front of the gun. You know why? So that there is less recoil and muzzle rise. So when you're shooting this, it is just so easy to get yourself back on target because you don't have that much muzzle flip. It also has a nice deep extended beaver tail right here, which means that in conjunction with the undercut trigger guard means that you have a nice, your bore axis is nice and low on this, so you're able to stay on target again. It's got gorgeous checkering, 25 lines per inch or dots per inch, so it is very aggressive on the front and the back. It's the same. And speaking of the aggressiveness, what I noticed a lot of is these G10 grips are also really aggressive. I was kind of surprised by that. You look at them and they don't look aggressive, but they really feel super aggressive, especially if you run your fingers this way on them. So super grippy. If you're out shooting a competition in the sun, this baby isn't going to slip anywhere. It's very, very ergonomic, which I loved. I loved that even though it's a heavy gun, it is so comfortable to hold. It just automatically sits exactly where it should sit in your hand. And there's no hand readjustment necessary or anything. You just, where your hand goes, that's exactly where it needs to be. We have nice aggressive slide serrations on the front and the back, so those make it nice and easy to rack. The trigger, oh my gosh, is amazing. And of course, you know, you would expect a trigger from the CZ Custom Shop to be amazing. This trigger is actually patterned after the CZ 85 Combat, and it's got a really short reset, and it's a crisp, clean trigger. This overall gun is great for competition shooting if you so desire. It's great for just going out and range shooting and having fun. We had so much fun shooting this. We were actually talking about, you know, rumor has it that CZ Custom Shop makes an A01 carry gun. I would love to get my hands on one of those. Hint, hint, anybody at CZ that might be listening. So if anybody knows where to get one of those, I would love to give one of those a try because, you know, aren't we always looking for the greatest carry gun possible? I cannot imagine that a CZ as a carry gun would be anything less than stellar. So it is just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful gun. So one thing that I did notice was, you know, we have been playing around with our loads for our 9mm, and we've been trying out a couple of different powders and a couple different loads for those, and we shot everything through this. Everything ran flawlessly. It didn't matter what we put through it, it ran flawlessly. We never had a single problem. We didn't have any misfires or stovepipes or jams. Nothing happened. Every single round fired flawlessly. So, you know, I cannot even imagine there being a better gun than this. It is so easy to shoot. It's so much fun to shoot. And, you know, I don't know. Like I said before, I know that when people get on the CZ bandwagon, they don't ever seem to leave the CZ bandwagon. And it's easy to see why, because this is just an incredible gun. So, trying to think if there's anything else that I've left out about this thing. It does have this skeletonized hammer too. I didn't mention that, but it's just, if you ever get a chance to shoot one of these, really seriously, you know, we got this and we knew it would be good, but we didn't know it would be this good. So it's definitely elevated to probably our favorite pistol that we have right now, which says a lot because we have a lot of them that we love. But if you ever get a chance to shoot one, shoot one. If you've shot one, let me know what you think of it, because, you know, we can kind of geek out about it together. But, you know, we're going to be spending a lot of time running 9s through this and just enjoying the experience. So anyway, I can't wait to hear from you what you think about it. And I will talk to you all again soon.